Hey Leo, welcome back to the channel. So I just sat down with your cards and honestly, the energy coming through right now is intense. Someone in your world or coming into your world is moving with serious intention, and I need you to understand what this actually means for you. This is not about games or surface level attraction. This is about someone who sees you as their future and they are ready to lock this down. Before we dive into what the cards are revealing, I want you to take a moment and think about your current situation. Have you been feeling like someone has been watching you differently lately? Has there been a shift in how someone approaches you or talks about the future? Because the cards are showing me that this person is moving from the thinking phase into the action phase, and Leo, you need to be ready for what that means, alright? So I pulled 6 cards for you today, and each one is revealing a different layer of the situation. We are going to go deep into each card because this reading is about understanding not just what is happening, but WHY. It is happening and what you need to do about it. Let me get into this first card because it is already telling me so much about the foundation of this whole situation. The first card I pulled is the Ace of Pentacles. And Leo, when I saw this card, I immediately knew we were talking about something real. This is not the Ace of Cups where someone is caught up in feelings and romance. This is not the Ace of Wands where someone is excited and passionate, but maybe not thinking long term. The Ace of Pentacles is about material reality. This is about someone who is looking at you and seeing a genuine future that includes tangible things. We are talking about commitment, stability, building something together that lasts. What I am picking up from this card is that this person has been doing their homework. They have been watching you, observing how you handle your life, how you carry yourself, what your values are. And they have come to a conclusion. They see you as someone worth investing in. Not just emotionally, but in every way. This person is thinking about shared resources, about creating a foundation together, about building wealth and stability as a partnership. Now, Leo, I know you are a fire sign, and sometimes the practical earthy energy can feel a bit heavy or boring compared to the passion and excitement you naturally gravitate toward. But I need you to understand something. The Ace of Pentacles showing up first is actually incredibly powerful because it means this person has thought this through. They are not coming to you on a whim. They are not going to waste your time with empty promises. When someone approaches you with Ace of Pentacles energy, they are saying, I'm ready to put my money where my mouth is. Literally and figuratively, this card is also showing me that there is an opportunity on the table or coming very soon. An opportunity for you to step into a new level of security and partnership. But here's the thing about the Ace of Pentacles. It is an offer. It is a seed. It requires you to actually take it and plant it and nurture it. So this person might be ready to lock you down, but you have to decide if you are going to receive that energy. You have to decide if you are ready for something this real and this solid. I'm also seeing with this card that timing is significant. Aces always represent new beginnings and fresh starts. So if you have been in a cycle of situationships or unclear connections or relationships that never quite solidified, the Ace of Pentacles is saying that chapter is closing. What is coming now is different. This is about clarity and commitment and someone who knows exactly what they want and is willing to work for it. Let me move to the second card because this one is revealing who this person is and what their energy is like. I pulled the Death card, and I know that might sound scary, but stay with me because this is actually incredibly powerful, and it completely confirms what the Ace of Pentacles was already showing. The Death card is not about physical death. It is about transformation and endings that make way for new beginnings. And in the context of this reading about someone wanting to lock you down, the Death card is telling me that this person has gone through a major transformation. They are not the same person they were 6 months ago or a year ago. Something significant happened in their life that completely changed their perspective on relationships and what they want. am getting that this person might have gone through a breakup or a significant ending. They might have had a realization about their own patterns and behaviors. They might have done serious inner work and healing. And because of that transformation, they're now showing up as a completely different person. They are done with the games. They are done with the uncertainty. They are done with half-committed connections. The Death card is showing me that they have shed an old version of themselves, and what has emerged is someone who is crystal clear about their values and what they need in a partner. This is why they are moving with such intention toward you. Leo, they are not the person who would have overlooked you or taken you for granted or been unsure about you. They have transformed, and now they can see your value clearly. Now they understand what a real partnership requires. Now they are ready to show up in a way they could not show up before. But here's what you need to understand about the Death card appearing in this position. Transformation is permanent. When someone goes through a real Death card transformation, they do not go backward. This is not someone who is going to change their mind next week or get cold feet or revert to old patterns. The change is deep and it is real. So when they come to you with this energy of wanting to lock things down, they mean it. I am also picking up that this Death card transformation might be connected to their career or their life direction. Maybe they finally figured out what they want to do professionally. Maybe they reached a new level of maturity or financial stability. Maybe they healed something from their past that was blocking them from being able to fully commit. Whatever it was significant, and it changed everything about how they approach relationships. Now let me pull the third card because I want to see what the actual dynamic is going to be like between you and this person. And I got the Two of Wands, and Leo, this card is so interesting in this context because it is about partnership and vision and planning for the future. Together, the Two of Wands shows a figure holding a globe, looking out at possibilities. This is the card of making plans and having a vision for what could be. And when it shows up in a relationship reading, it tells me that this person is not just thinking about locking you down for the sake of being in a relationship. They're thinking about what you two could build together. They're thinking about the future in concrete terms. This person has a vision, and you are part of that vision, Leo. They're thinking about where you two could live together. What kind of lifestyle you could create. What goals you could achieve as a team. The Two of Wands is strategic energy. This person is looking at the big picture, and they are seeing you as their partner in creating that big picture reality. What I love about the Two of Wands in this reading is that it shows equality. The Two of Wands is not about one person chasing or one person doing all the work. It is about two people standing together, looking at the same horizon and deciding to walk toward it together. So this person is not trying to control you or change you or fit you into their life in a way that diminishes you. They're saying, I see who you are and I see what I want, and I think we could create something incredible together. I am also getting from this card that there will be conversations. Direct, honest conversations about the future. This person is going to want to talk about where things are going. They are going to want to discuss expectations and timelines and what you both want. And Leo, I know you are bold and direct yourself, so this energy is probably going to feel really good to you. No more guessing games. No more wondering where someone stands. The Two of Wands brings clarity through communication, but here's what the Two of Wands is also asking you. Are you ready to make plans with someone? Are you ready to think about the future in concrete terms? Because partnership at this level requires you to be willing to consider someone else in your decisions. It requires compromise and collaboration. The Two of Wands is beautiful energy, but it does ask both people to be willing to adjust their individual vision to create a shared vision. So you need to ask yourself if you are in a place where you are ready for that. Let me pull the fourth card because I want to understand what potential challenges or obstacles might come up. And I pulled the Eight of Cups, and this card is making me pause because it is revealing something important about the journey that led to this moment. The Eight of Cups is the card of walking away from something that no longer serves you. It shows a figure turning their back on 8 cups and walking toward the unknown. And in this reading, I'm seeing 2 possible meanings, and both of them are significant. First interpretation is that this person we have been talking about, the one who wants to lock you down, they had to walk away from something to get to this point. Maybe they walked away from a past relationship that was not right. Maybe they walked away from their own ego or their own fear of commitment. Maybe they walked away from a lifestyle that was keeping them stuck. The 8 of Cups is showing me that they made a choice to leave something behind so they could find something better. This adds even more weight to what the Death card was showing about transformation. The 8 of Cups is the active choice to transform. It is not just something that happens to you. It is something you choose. So this person chose to walk away from whatever was not working so they could be available for something real. That takes courage and maturity, and it tells me they are serious about this. But there is a second interpretation of the 8 of Cups that I need to address because the cards always show multiple layers. This card could also be a warning or a question for you, Leo. It might be asking if there is something you need to walk away from before you can fully receive this opportunity. Is there an old pattern you need to release? Is there a fear you need to let go of? Is there a past connection you are still holding on to that is keeping you from being fully available? I'm getting the sense that some of you Leos might have someone from your past who still has a little bit of your energy. Maybe it is not a full relationship, but there is something unfinished or unresolved. And the 8 of Cups is saying that in order to step into this new solid committed energy that the Ace of Pentacles promised, you might need to fully close that old door. You might need to walk away from what is familiar but not fulfilling so you can be fully present for what is real and lasting. The 8 of Cups can feel sad or difficult because walking away is never easy, even when you know it is the right thing to do. But I want you to understand that this card appears before completion. It appears before the 10 of Cups or the 10 of Pentacles. It appears in the journey. And sometimes the journey requires us to leave things behind so we can travel lighter and move forward with clarity. All right, let me pull the 5th card because I want to see what the outcome could look like if you move forward with this opportunity. And I pulled the 3 of Cups, and Leo, this is beautiful energy. This is one of the most joyful cards in the entire deck. The 3 of Cups is about celebration and friendship and community and joy. When it shows up as an outcome card, it's telling me that if you say yes to this person and this opportunity to build something real together, there is going to be so much happiness and celebration around it. This is not just about the 2 of you being happy together. This is about your whole world celebrating with you. I'm seeing that your friends and family are going to be so supportive of this connection. People around you are going to see how good this person is for you and how happy you are, and they are going to celebrate that. The 3 of Cups often shows up for engagements and weddings and major relationship milestones that bring people together in joy. So this is telling me that this connection has the potential to be something that not only fulfills you personally, but also brings happiness to your broader community. What I love about the 3 of Cups is that it shows emotional fulfillment and social harmony. It is telling me that this relationship is not going to isolate you or pull you away from the people you love. Instead, it is going to enhance your social life and bring even more joy and connection into your world. This person is probably someone who your friends like or will like. Someone who fits into your life naturally. Someone who adds to your happiness rather than complicating it. The 3 of Cups is also showing me fun and enjoyment and not taking life too seriously. So yes, this person wants to lock you down and build something real, but that does not mean it is going to be heavy or boring or restrictive. There is going to be laughter and adventure and good times. The practical Pentacles energy of commitment combined with the joyful Cups energy of celebration is such a beautiful blend, Leo. You get security and happiness. You get commitment and fun. I am also getting from this card that there might be some social events or gatherings coming up where this connection either begins or deepens. Maybe you meet this person at a party or through friends. Or maybe there is a celebration coming up where you and this person have a significant moment together. The Three of Cups is social energy, so pay attention to invitations and opportunities to be around people because that might be where this unfolds. Now let me pull the sixth and final card because I want to see what advice or guidance Spirit has for you as you navigate this situation. And I pulled the King of Cups, and this card is giving me chills because it is so perfect for this reading. The King of Cups represents emotional mastery and maturity. This is someone who has deep feelings but also has control over those feelings. They do not let their emotions rule them, but they also do not shut down or avoid their emotions. They have found that beautiful balance of being emotionally available and vulnerable, while also being stable and grounded. In the context of this reading, the King of Cups is showing up as both a description of this person who wants to lock you down and as advice for how you need to show up. Let me explain both layers because they are both important. As a description of this person, the King of Cups is telling me they are emotionally mature and ready for a real adult relationship. They are not going to play games with your heart. They are not going to be hot and cold. They have done the work to understand their own emotions and what they need, and now they are ready to offer that same emotional stability to you. The King of Cups is often associated with commitment and loyalty because this is someone who takes their emotional connections seriously. When they love deeply and consistently. I am also getting that this person might be older than you, or just more mature in their approach to relationships. They might have been through things that taught them the value of emotional honesty and vulnerability. The King of Cups has wisdom that comes from experience. They understand that real intimacy requires emotional courage, and they are willing to show up with that courage. But as advice for you, Leo, the King of Cups is asking you to also embody this energy. As a fire sign, you are naturally passionate and bold. But sometimes fire signs can struggle with the emotional depth and vulnerability that lasting relationships require. The King of Cups is asking you to be willing to go deep emotionally, to be honest about your feelings, to be vulnerable even when it is scary, to match this person's emotional maturity with your own. This card is also reminding you that saying yes to commitment does not mean losing yourself or dimming your light. The King of Cups sits on his throne in the middle of a turbulent sea, but he is not thrown off balance. He maintains his sense of self even in the middle of deep emotional waters. So you can be committed and partnered while still being fully you. You can be emotionally intimate while still maintaining your independence and your fire. I am getting that some of you Leos might have fears around commitment because you associate it with losing your freedom or your identity. But the King of Cups is showing you that mature love actually enhances who you are rather than diminishing it. When you are with the right person and you are both showing up with King of Cups energy, the relationship becomes a source of strength and stability that allows you to be even more yourself out in the world. So Leo, let me bring all of this together for you because these 6 cards are telling such a clear and powerful story. Someone is coming toward you or already in your world with serious intention. They have gone through significant transformation and personal growth that has made them ready for real commitment. They see you as their future and they are thinking in concrete terms about what you could build together. There might be something you or they need to walk away from to fully step into this new chapter, but the outcome is beautiful. There is celebration and joy and emotional fulfillment waiting for you if you are willing to say yes to this opportunity. Here's what you need to understand, Leo. This is a choice. Ace of Pentacles is an offer, but you have to take it. The Two of Wands is a partnership, but you have to agree to the partnership. The King of Cups is emotional maturity, but you have to be willing to show up with that maturity. So the question is not really whether someone wants to lock you down. The cards are clear that someone does. The question is whether you are ready for what that means. Are you ready to build something real and lasting? Are you ready to have direct conversations about the future? Are you ready to walk away from anything that is keeping you stuck in old patterns? Are you ready to celebrate and be celebrated? Are you ready to love with emotional depth and maturity? If the answer is yes, then Leo, you are about to step into one of the most fulfilling chapters of your life. This person who is trying to lock you down is not doing it to control you or cage you. They are doing it because they recognize your value and they want to build a life with you. And with the King of Cups energy, it is going to be a relationship that allows you to be fully yourself while also experiencing deep emotional connection and security. Pay attention to who is showing up differently in your life right now. Pay attention to who is having deeper conversations with you. Pay attention to who is making plans that include you. The cards are clear that this is happening, so now you just need to be aware and make your choice.